Diddy Combs was transferred to the federal prison at Fort Dix, New Jersey yesterday, where he will start to serve the rest of his 50-month sentence. Combs had been held at a detention center in Brooklyn. He was convicted in July on 2 counts of interstate prostitution. Combs is slated to be released in May of 2028, but could be released earlier for good behavior.
Hello guys, and welcome back to Spill Nation, where we give you all the spills from this week. Today, we're diving into a surprising shift in energy and location for one of the biggest names in music and business. In this episode, we take a closer look at Sean Diddy Combs as he adapts to life at Fort Dix, a far cry from luxury penthouses and private jets. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe to Spill Nation. Once surrounded by flashing lights, booming bass lines, and industry elite, Combs now finds himself walking fenced-in yards, bundled in simple prison attire, forging a very different type of connection. Yet, even in this drastically different setting, something familiar shines through. That unshaken ability to connect, to adapt, and to command attention without trying. In newly surfaced moments from the prison yard, we see Sean Combs not as a mogul or a music icon, but simply as a man finding his footing in a new reality, sharing laughs, handshakes, and conversation with fellow inmates. Let's get into it. Saturday afternoon at Fort Dix looks like any other. Winter chill in the air, inmates layered in regulation gear, scattered across the open space seeking fresh air and brief freedom from monotony. And there, in thick navy outerwear, grey sweats, and a knit cap to hold off the cold, stands Combs, moving easily among a small circle of men. There are no velvet ropes or VIP wristbands here, no entourage guiding his path. It's just him. His breath visible in the winter air, and a handful of others pausing their routine long enough to trade what appears to be simple conversation. A moment captured forever. Combs breaks into a wide, genuine grin. The type of grin that softens even the toughest environments. Whether discussing music, life, or something as ordinary as the daily schedule, it's a glimpse of humanity in a setting often described only through tension and isolation. At one point, he reaches out and clasps the hand of another inmate. A greeting, perhaps an introduction, maybe even the start of a prison yard friendship. Their posture is relaxed, no grievance, no hesitation. Just two individuals sharing space in an unexpected chapter of their lives. Observers, in this imagined scene, might be surprised to see so little tension. But then again, camaraderie sometimes comes easier, where shared circumstances bring people together. The ones around him appear curious, attentive, maybe even amused. If there's awkwardness about his celebrity presence, it doesn't surface here. Instead, what fills the yard is the simple rhythm of conversation, the kind that breaks up the repetitive hum of incarceration. Not long ago, fans and critics alike saw a much different visual. An earlier photograph where Combs appeared reserved, quiet, perhaps weighed down by the moment, wearing a bright orange beanie under far more solemn circumstances. A stark contrast to today's relaxed body language and unguarded smile. His transfer to Fort Dix, a low-security facility in New Jersey, was, in our dramatization, considered a significant shift. A place chosen with intention, a setting more conducive to steady adjustment. Here the routines are structured, the stakes real, but the atmosphere far from the harshest corners of the federal system. And life inside has already begun to take shape for him. Assigned simple work duties, laundry detail to start, Combs fills early days with tasks unfamiliar to most who knew him only as the visionary behind hit records, high-fashion brands, and multi-million-dollar ventures. Yet routines bring equilibrium, and even in confinement, discipline finds a different meaning. A quick reprieve in the yard offers mental space, conversation instead of machinery hums, open air instead of fluorescent lights. Bits of rest in between mandatory labor. A small reset for the mind. Those close to him on the outside, especially fictionalized legal representatives, voice concern, naturally. The transition is no light matter. But if these yard moments reveal anything, it's resilience. A man learning a new rhythm, adapting the way only those who've reinvented themselves before know how to do. Even the subtle details catch attention. Streaks of grey woven through his beard, a detail unseen by the public until now, adding a sharp reminder that time moves forward whether one stands on a stage or inside institutional walls. Through it all, in laughter, in casual handshake, in the relaxed posture of someone momentarily free from pressure, the scene reflects an unexpected ease. Not triumph, not defeat, just existence, stripped of spotlight and spectacle, and grounded in the present. Every life chapter tells its own story. For Sean Combs in this dramatized snapshot, this one unfolds far from the glamour of past decades. But even here, humanity shows up. In laughter, in small talk, in simple dignity held together by resilience. Time in the yard may be limited, the routine relentless, and the barbed wire a constant reminder. Yet in the middle of it all, there is still connection, still conversation, still an unmistakable spark of identity. Whether this quiet moment foreshadows transformation, endurance, or simply adaptation, one thing rings true. The world may change dramatically, but the instinct to connect, to speak, to laugh, to find common ground, can survive almost any circumstance. And so, the chapter continues.